My friends, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. I'm Sherry and I'm here for Junk Journal July 2024. And today I thought I would just I've been doing the last 2 or 3 prompts. Today I'm going to focus on just one. And I'll tell you why in a second, but the prompt for today, or for this video, which is the 9th of July, is scraps. So I pulled out my paper scraps. And go over to the page I'm working on today, right here. I want to do this 2 pages at least right here. And so this is my scrap box right here. I have all my colorful scraps pulled out right here beside me. The ones that have anything on them, just whatever, magazine pages. I've got some tissue, pattern tissue here, just scrapbook paper, all kinds of things, book pages. And then in here, left in my scrapbook is just kind of plain things. There's some file folder scraps, some notebook paper, some white cardstock, some blue paper with lines. So yeah, I don't have a lot of paper scraps. I try to keep up with them, but I would like to use the ones I do have. I would like to use them up. So I thought I'd start by just using some of these. So I'm going to start, I think I really would like to start with some of this sewing pattern tissue. I have this. I wouldn't mind using that too. The instructions, sewing patterns instructions. And then here's some sewing pattern tissue. So I think we'll just start with using this up. Right here, it's a big, long, kind of scrappy piece. As you can see, I must have used some pieces of it. I think I actually will get my scissors and cut out some pieces so I can, use it in some sort of organized fashion here. And I kind of want pieces with something on them. So like, see how this is kind of a blank spot here? Let me cut that off. Because, I mean, I'm not saying this is not useful, and I'm not saying I'm not going to use it, but because that can add color, to your page. So, okay, so let's see. Here's the ones without anything. This has something on it. So my plan is to cover both of these pages and use up 2 pages today, at least, like I said, and maybe we'll go on to do a second one if we can, if we have time. So let's just see how time goes here, if it flies or goes slowly. But I don't know if you've never glued down things like this, like tissue paper or sewing pattern tissue, or like the top layer of napkin we like to use to do our paper crafting. You can use a glue stick and it glues it down permanently. This is not a permanent glue stick, but I've had success in gluing down pattern, any kind of tissue or, things I just mentioned with glue stick. I'm not going to worry about it if it's wrinkled right now. And especially here, since this is my own journal and I'm just kind of playing around, I usually, try to get it as straight as I can, but if there's a wrinkle or a little wrinkle or something like that, I think it really adds to the charm, I mean, just try it if you've never let your tissue have a wrinkle and see how you like it, because it kind of adds to the charm. And especially if you're trying to go for a vintage or grungy look, it will really add to that. Okay, so you can see I've got it going across 2 pages into the fold. And let me, it's going to be easier for me to just cut this off here. So I'm going to do that instead of trying to tear it. I would tear it, but it's going to be easier for me just to cut this off, this extra here. Let's see, it's kind of hard to see from this side, but I'm just going to cut a straight line there, even if I cut a little book page off. Okay, now here's some where I didn't get any glue, so let's go ahead and glue that down. So I don't have a plan here as far as, how I'm going to glue down anything or where I'm going to glue down anything or what exactly papers I want to use, except I kind of did have in my mind I would like to use some of this sewing pattern tissue. So I hope you all are having a good day, and if you're not, I hope this makes you feel better, takes your mind off things. But there we go. That looks cool. I like that. You can see the text through it. This is like a teen book, so I don't have to worry about. I feel like I don't have to worry about any words. I kind of almost want to cover the whole thing in tissue paper and then add to it. That sounds like a good. It could work out well. And so, and I think gluing pieces on rather than one big piece makes it more interesting because, it'll be more like a masterboard, or more scrappy looking, more collage looking. Like I could have probably found a big piece of tissue paper here and just done the whole thing, but I think I would rather do it this way. For what, I am going for a collage look here, so. Alright, here's another little piece I can get rid of. Let's see. This. And I'm going to try not to overlap it too much, but if it overlaps a little bit, that's okay. If you overlap it a lot, it kind of gets, I've done that before, and it gets a little thick. Take my word for it. Or you can try it if you want. Alright, so if we're going for an overall coverage here, let's go ahead and use these pieces that are blank. And this would be great right down here in the corner. So let's do that next. Cover this with glue stick. So I'm doing this video, like I've said, on my other Junk Journal July videos. I do them before the day of the prompt so that I'm not tempted to copy anyone. So, and while I have seen, of course, that's why I want to participate, I have seen videos. I've done this, I've never participated, this is the first one I've participated in, so, but I've watched, especially Meg journals, and then I've watched others, of course, and I've always kind of thought about participating and just never, done it, so I thought, I really want to practice this type of like collage, vintage collage, kind of art journaling that Meg does, but I have, but I feel like I'm not very, I feel like I need practice, let's put it like that. So that's kind of one reason I wanted to also participate, another reason I guess I wanted to participate, just to get better at putting papers together. I feel like, sometimes it just depends on what I'm doing, but I go for a kind of a more organized look, and when I really want to do just a collage that comes out to look nice sometimes. So if you were thinking about, it's not too late. If you were thinking about, even if you don't have a YouTube channel, I said that before, just go ahead and participate at home if you wanted to do something like that and practice your collaging. And of course there's nothing wrong with watching everyone and then practicing, and then pretty soon you have to be doing it on your own, right? Just like riding a bike or whatever you learn by looking at other things. You'll learn to do your collaging, I think. That's probably how it works. Okay, so we've got a little bit more to cover. Let's do, that's pretty cool. You can see how it gives it, that plain part gave this all the color there of the kind of distressed, grungy look. So I've got a little bit more to go here. I'm trying to use all the pieces as much as I can. Let's see, I think I am tearing a little bit here so I can not overlap too much, like I said. Let's see, so that piece fit there. See, I think I can fit this here. Let me go right down into this because I need it all the way down here I want to cover every piece of this page with the tissue paper. And so, yeah, I need to go right down there, and then I'm going to tear this off. Okay, so I got that. It actually really, if you've never used this tissue paper before, it really blends in together. Like, I almost can't even tell that where I'm tearing it, or where where it's stopping and starting. That's pretty cool. I'm trying to figure out which is the front and the back on this, and which way do I want to do it. Okay, maybe like that. So this is just after 4th of July that I'm doing this video, so I hope you all had a nice 4th of July if you're in the US. And we didn't really do, my youngest son did a couple of fireworks, but not very many because it's been very dry around here. Like, it rained like crazy for almost every day in, what was it, April? It was like April, possibly. And then once April passed, it was kind of like the shower knob was turned off. And we hardly got any rain. Somebody turned off the water, and we hardly have gotten much rain since then. I mean, a little bit here and there, and I think we got a couple of downpours, but that's like May, June, and now it's July, so, you know, a couple of downpours and all that time, and a little few sprinkles here and there is not a lot for what is really needed. But so, I mean, it's not like we're not in like drought, you know, or anything like that, but still, when everything's pretty dry like that, you have to be careful you don't start a fire when you're doing things like fireworks. So yeah, he didn't do his regular fireworks that he likes to do, so he could be careful and not burn down the neighborhood. That's never good. You know, that wouldn't be good. So yeah, so he did get some stuff that he's gonna just he put up a couple, and then he's gonna put it away for next year. So it's all good. It'll last till next year. See how that, I hope it's showing up how that like really like almost, I mean really, I really cannot see the start and the stop of most of this. So that's really cool. Okay, so I got a little bit of cut to cover over here. And then we'll go from there. Uh-oh. Did you hear that? I gotta go check on something in a little bit. Let's see. Let me tear this here. After the video, I'll be go checking on what the noises I'm hearing are. Something crashed to the floor or somewhere upstairs. Okay, so cool. I'm glad I decided to use this, and I'm glad that I am covering this whole thing because I can see how it's really blending together, which is very cool. And also cool because I'm using pieces and not one big piece. So it does look a bit like a collage. So let's see. I'm going to put this one, whoops, there's a little something there. And try to see where my page starts and stops here. Trying to get this right down in the corner. And then we're going to glue this down here. Let's see where that other part stops. Here, and then I'm going to tear right here so that this doesn't overlap. And then, I mean, if you guys want to overlap, if you're doing this, I just kind of remember one time when I did this, and it was just ended up being like crazy thick. I might have used Mod Podge though. You know what? I might have used some Mod Podge on it. Yeah, that would explain it, right? That would explain another reason it was, besides overlapping, the Mod Podge would make it really thick. Okay, yeah, I'm just remembering that. I just remembered that I might have used Mod Podge. Okay, I think I have every, except for right here, there's a little speck. Right here. Right there. think now that I have every speck covered. So next, I think that I'll add some other interesting parts. So maybe some, let's see what I have here actually. So since it's this kind of distressed look with this pattern tissue paper that's, you know, kind of brownish looking. Oh, I have this gold piece here. I kind of wiped off my paintbrush with this on this piece of cardstock. It's just a white piece of cardstock, and I wiped off my my gold paint on here. So I think I will cut this into a tag. Let's do that. And maybe put this down here, maybe over to the side right here. I'll glue it down as a, let me see if I want it this way. Oh yeah, let me see what that looks like if I close. It's sticking out a little bit too far for me, so I think I'll do it this way. Let's go ahead. This is kind of, you know, when I painted it, it kind of made it start to curl a little bit, so I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac on here so it will glue down. I'm just trying to think if I want to have a pocket behind it. I don't think I need a pocket, but I might just put glue on 3 sides just in case I wanted to have it be a pocket later. You never know. For another prompt, I might want to do something and stick it under there. So let's see, I got a little glob going on here. So yeah, I don't want these videos to be too long. So I've been doing most of them off video and just doing a little bit on video, but this one I figured, that's why I'm kind of dedicating this whole video to the scraps, because I thought it might take a little longer too. So alright, so another scrap used. Let me see if it's going to hold down here with the Fabri-Tac once it starts to grab. Alright, are you grabbing yet? Alright, yeah, that really needed the Fabri-Tac. Really wants to pull up there. Still wanting to pull up. Hold on. Let me see, I might need to put a little paper clip on there, or a big paper clip. Is it grabbing? I think it's grabbing. I don't like how that's, see how it's kind of still trying to curve. I think I'm just going to glue it down. I'm just going to glue it down because it's giving me problems here, so I don't like that. I don't like that. Don't like the problems. Problem children. I have to take care of that. Okay, now I put glue all over this side, so it'll all be glued down here. And if I have to get a big paper clip, I will, but since there's glue all over that, it should, there we go. All right, now we're good. So I can write on there or whatever, you know, the prompt and the date. I do have a marker here in case I want to write something. So what else do I have here that would go with this? I just have a few scraps I wouldn't mind using up. Let's see, let's use this. This is a piece of coffee dyed scrapbook paper. I have this little piece of instruction paper. So let's make a little collage with that. And on this, let me put my lid on here and here. And get my, let's see, where's my art glitter glue? Let's use art glitter glue now. And we're just going to make a little collage of papers on maybe this top side here. So let's put this down first. It doesn't matter what side I use. And this paper is pretty old. I don't know how old this pattern was, but this is like, I can't hardly even touch it. It wants to poke a hole through paper. That's how old this wants to disintegrate right in my hands. So that's a pretty old pattern, I would say. Okay, so there's that piece. Now this one that I said I wanted to use. And we're just going to see where this ends up, you know. And for me it's all about practice, because I do have trouble covering up things. So I'm even thinking right now, oh, I'm covering up my pattern tissue. but have to let go of that and just go with the flow here. Okay, so we got that. I wouldn't mind using up this piece. It's a little piece of a pattern, the envelope part. It's white, but it will be a nice contrast to all of this. I think I might put it up here. Oh, and there's a little number on it. That would be cool. That could stick out at like a tab. I might just let it stick out there. I think I will actually tear this little piece off here instead of trying to keep that, and then it'll fit better. So we'll do that. And that will, because this is a blank spot, I figured that would be a good space for that. And then I wanted to put a piece of music somewhere. So I've got this one and this one. It's not like I want to cover that whole thing up though, so maybe put a piece of music down here. Oh, look at that. It's raising up. It's still trying to raise up, even though I put glue all along there. Okay, so a little piece down here. I think I will take off this actually blank part here so I can just have the music part. And I'm tearing it, so it's going to be rough edges. And then put a piece right in here. So I'm going to tear this off. And I'm going to use art glitter glue on it. Okay. There we go. I like how this piece that I tore kind of goes up next to the tag. Like I didn't plan that, but it's just the way it tore, and now it fits there, like it almost like it belongs there, I would say. All right, so I think we have a nice collage here. We might need a little something down here, but not to cover up the whole little instructions here. I like this, the words and everything, the lettering and everything that's on there. Here's another white piece. Let's tear that off. And then, so there's words over here and music over here. So let's glue down the words and leave the music showing. And now, I wouldn't mind, let's see, let's put this here so it's not right next to that music. It's just a little. Okay, so what I want to do next is I've written on all of the pages what they were, like here's prompt 6, 7, 8, you know. So that means it's July 6, 7, 8. So in here I'm just going to write on here whatever I'm going to write. And the prompt was scraps. So I'm going to write prompt number, or maybe I'll just write the number. Let's see, it was number, where is it? I'm checking them off as I go. So number 9. So number 9, scraps. I'm just going to write scraps here. And then if I want to write anything else meaningful, I can write it down there. And so, let's see, as far as any like flowers, or to have all of these here. I have this from Ideals Magazine, and this is all from Ideals Magazine. Scrapbook paper, Ideals Magazine. There's a little beetle popping out there in the corner, and this is from Ideals Magazine. This one's kind of calling to me right here. Let's see what we can do with this. And I'm looking for lots of scissors. I thought I had them out here already. Oh, I did. Right here. Okay, so I'm thinking this is perfect. This could be really perfect. Okay, So I'm going to cut around the pink here, and it goes all the way over here. So I'm going to start there, kind of just loosely fussy cut it. So when I loosely fussy cut, I kind of try to leave a little, you know, I'm leaving a little white or whatever the surrounding color is. And I am, let's see, let me get that out of the way. I forgot what I was going to say. I'm just cutting it around. Oh, I'm cutting in curves too. I try to cut in curves and not a lot of, I need to get this other part off here. So, oh, let me cut some of the sky off here. So like say, when I talk about curves, I'll be like, okay, I'll cut a curve here instead of just a point and cut around. Instead of like cutting this squared off, I'll cut a curve. I just think it looks better. So here I'll just cut some, you know, curvy bits. So I'm calling it loosely fussy cutting with curves, so that it doesn't look like you just cut, you know, in sharp, you know, angles. I think it looks better, really, if it can be done. All right, there we go. So we cut that out. It's a weird piece, but I thought I'm seeing it right here, kind of outlining my page here. So we're gonna do it, guys. We're gonna do it. We're gonna use it right now. Cut some glue all the way down here. Using my art glitter glue. It's just paper. It's kind of thickish paper, but not too thick. Not too thick. So I gotta get it on here fast, because you know how it is with art glitter glue. It dries so fast, so it'll dry before I even get it down there to glue it down. So this is kind of almost, you know, kind of a lot to cover here with the glue at one time. I'm gonna try to get it all on there though. Okay, we're gonna see how this comes out now over our collage. You know what I said about how I have trouble covering up things. So this is really bothering me. But in the end, I think it'll be good for me. All right. Yep. There we go. And so we've got that. It's a little barn here with a tree. And you got the sky and the grass. And it's all pink. So I think maybe it needs one more thing. One more thing. So since this is also red, why don't I put this in here somewhere? It's not, you know, this and this I think can go together. So let's just cut this out a little bit here. Let's see what we can do with it. Because in the end, I would like it to be a pretty page, and so I'm trying to use up my scraps and kind of put them all together in a way that I think is pretty. I'm cutting out all the dark spots apparently. Didn't really have a plan when I started cutting. I was thinking cutting around these, but as I'm cutting, I'm realizing there's a lot of darkness here, so if I cut all that out, I think we'll be left with a pretty red flower and the bug, which I don't like bugs, but okay, so this is too, see these points are way too pointy, so let's cut those off. It just looks like I glued something down there. If it's got, to me anyway, that's just my own opinion, I'm sure. I have no technical artistic reason except that it doesn't look good to me. All right. And it goes over this little bit, which I like. I'm thinking of putting it right here. Yeah, the bug's right there. Okay. All right, we're doing it. I really like the amount of scraps we used up, though. Ooh, come back here. Get carried away with my glue. So I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, and if you participate in this, I hope you enjoy it. And don't be too hard on yourself if you're just kind of learning this type of thing. Okay, I'm going to have it overlap a little bit right here on the tree picture, and then it is going to go, I'll put it down in the fold here, and then it's going to overlap a little bit over my tag here too. So it's, you know, I'm thinking it's kind of like, almost like bringing it all together. All right. So, anything else? There's probably more I need to do to it, but I don't know what it is right now. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. And the next prompt is, like I could even bring other prompts into this if I want to. But the next prompt is thread. And then the one after that is stamps. So those should be fun. Anyway, this is my collage here, number 9 scraps. I would like to write something here, but I don't know what it is right now, so I can't put anything right there. Unless I put a poem there. Here's a poem from the, that would be cool. Let me see what this says. Okay, let me see this one. I like this one by Jessie Wilmore Merton. Yeah, this one's really cool. All right, let us cut this out. I hope you don't mind the cutting, but in order to use our scraps, sometimes we have to cut them out, cut things out of them, or cut them up or whatever. I would say that's a major part of it. All right. And I'm just glad to be not throwing these away and actually using them for something, and also getting practice on my collaging here. All right, that's cute. Look at that one word sticking out there. That's funny. So this is going to go here. Oh, I like that. Look at that. It really needed that, didn't it? It kind of brings it all together again. Oh, yes. That is like, it really needed that. Okay. I hope you can see that, what I'm seeing, that it really needed something over there, I guess. And I don't write in calligraphy or anything, so that's why I'd rather do something like this. I like that a lot. All right, that's really cool. That is awesome. All right, I like that a lot. And we got our pinks and reds. And I think that's going to be it. Once again, I've got this pink scrap here. I kind of almost don't look like my, almost don't like my word there. You know what I could do? I could use my stamps to stamp number 9 or something. Let me cut this into some kind of shape and kind of make it into a label. Just cut the corners off so it looks like something, not just a rectangle. Let me see if I like my cut-offs there. And this one needs a little bit more. All right, there we go. That looks, and this is cardstock, so yeah, I kind of don't like that. And this is the same colors as everything here. I bet you didn't like that either. You're like, looks okay. You probably think the whole thing looks decent except for that, my number 9 scraps, don't you? Well, that's what I think too. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. And another thing with the colors that are kind of going together. All right, I like that a lot. And so now I think I'll get out my stamps. I'll show you in the next video, but I think I have some letter and number stamps. I might stamp it on there. I think I'll like that better. Number 9 scraps. And so that's it. I think we did good. I like it. In the end, I like it. So thank you for watching today. I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.